Welcome back to the JMATT Show. It's your boy JMATT. This is the JMATT Show. As you know, let me get my supplies. That's a good sound, man. Any of y'all drink beer, by the way? I'm not talking about Bud Light, IPAs, 7.5 and up. Good stuff. Let me know, man. What's your favorite beer? IPA. Anyway, if y'all have not been living under a rock, man, y'all been hearing and familiar with Jada Pinkett. This is wild. She just like emasculating Will Smith, making this dude seem like the superest simp that ever existed, and it's sad. It's really sad. But this is Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has his own podcast. He's like one of the hardest working men in show business, in my opinion. And he just dropped some words to Jada, and we're gonna check it out. Let's check it out.
And I want everybody to know that before I say what I'm going to say, I will remind everybody, I'm a dad, I've got 2 daughters. I'm an uncle, I've got 9 nieces. I'm a little brother, I have 4 older sisters.
And that's good.
I'm a boss, and 70% of my staff are female. So I'm kind of surrounded by women all the time. And
just real quick, he must be about to say something that might sound extra flagrant if you got to point out the fact that he's surrounded by all these women. So I feel like he's about to come with a strong statement.
That would make somebody in my position, one would think, a bit hesitant to say some of the things that I'm about to say. For the record, I don't give a shit.
Hey.
Somebody needs to say this stuff.
Dude, straight shooter.
Now, last week, I felt the need to address Jada Pinkett Smith. I would like to remind the world out there, I didn't say a disrespectful word about her, and I'm not going to. I would never disrespect somebody's wife. I'm not going to do that. What I said was, to crystallize my position, is that it was really, really, really important that Jada Pinkett Smith stopped emasculating her husband in public.
Facts. Facts.
The point that I'm making
Facts.
is, damn.
Facts.
Where's your compassion?
Facts.
Where's your decency? Where's your respect for marital vows? To honor thy husband. And whatever you're going to do, I'm not saying don't feel the way that you feel or don't do the things that you're doing privately. That's your business. It's none of our business. My point is, it's none of our business.
Unless you want to sell books.
We shouldn't be in your relationship.
Unless you want to sell books.
You shouldn't be on a media circuit talking about your husband like that. This shouldn't have been red table talks.
Real quick though, I feel I completely agree with what he's saying, but this isn't weird like that, you know what I'm saying? Women go around talking about their personal relationships in order to boost their business, get sales, get media attention, followers, blah, blah, blah. I feel like this is kind of like an old move in women's playbook. I feel like this has always been something that they just keep in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like they just really is scarred or wounded or, in her case, going through some mental issues.
About entanglements. Why he's sitting right in front of you. For the world to witness. I mean, damn. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. I got so worried watching Jada talk about Will Smith over the years. At one point in time, I thought she was gonna go for the gut and start talking about endow or endowments per se, as opposed to entanglements. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I mean, damn, that's how nervous I got for it. Because I don't give a damn who you are. No, man.
He mad.
wants to hear a woman talking like that.
Bruh, not in front of your face.
Children going out there and talking about how they wish Tupac was still alive.
Preach, Stephen
For
A.
their mama.
Preach, Stephen A.
Damn.
Preach.
Tupac is dead. God rest his soul. I assume and hope to God he's in heaven because of all the contributions he's made to our society. Regardless of his troubles, he was phenomenal, a genius. I miss him all the time.
Ahead of his time.
But I was like, damn. I missed him for a different reason. Other people missed him for a different reason, it appears. We need to know all that. But you told us. But your family told us. Or somebody alluded to it on Red Table Talk or one of your interviews, and now the book, Worthy. Come on. That's all I'm saying. But leave it to Will, the hero, to come to the rescue again.
Because
Because
the hero.
in the aftermath of the response to his wife Jada Pinkett Smith's statements about their quote-unquote turbulent relationship in her forthcoming book, Worthy, which will be out tomorrow, by the way.
No, that's not the name of the book. No, really? Really, that's the name of the book? I'm only reacting like this because I didn't see the whole Red Table Talk, but from the clips I saw, there was the clip when Will said that he felt like he wasn't worthy enough or girthy enough, pause, and he was trying to make light of a situation that was probably the most embarrassing situation he ever been in his life, and he was trying to make jokes, and it was super cringy. And that's one of the jokes that he made, and she made that the title of the book. Oh, she foul. That's foul.
Email to the New York Times. This brother Will Smith, listen to what he had to say. He expressed that Jada Pinkett's revelations about their marriage in her memoir, quote, woke him up, end quote. He realized, quote, she had lived a life more on the edge and that, quote, she is more resilient, clever, and compassionate than he'd understood.
What? What?
I could use the word embarrassment.
That's what I've been saying, Stephen A.
But you know what the appropriate word is here? Uncomfortable. Because once again, Will Smith is missing the point that people who are being critical of Jada Pinkett Smith is trying to make. He's talking about how she feels. Most folks are talking about why we got to be the ones that know about it. That's all. Will knows what he's done and hasn't done. He knows what he's been as a husband and what he hasn't been. He knows what trials and tribulations he's put us through. The point is, everybody else ain't supposed to know. The point is, when you talk about honoring and respecting your significant other, what comes with that is the simple revelation or acknowledgement to keep your business private. That's all.
That's not usually how it go in Hollywood, though, Stephen A. And you know, I think you know this. I feel like Stephen A. He understands that Hollywood is messy, but I feel like he is just disappointed in this black couple that he held in high regard. As many of us did, man. As many of us, I mean, J. Cole was putting lyrics about them in his song, man, like Will and Jada love. He don't say it no more, I don't think. But I feel like that's really where he's coming from. Like, people in Hollywood do put a lot of their business on blast. It's not anything for us to know about. But I feel like he's just super disappointed that it's like one of the biggest stars we got. He belonged to us, man. Will Smith, the black man. He up there, you know what I'm saying, highest paid actor in Hollywood. And he got his wife out here just tearing the man down. Oh my God, to shreds and pieces and stomping him. Like, ugh.
See, when Will Smith gets into all of this other stuff, it reminds me again of what he did to Chris Rock. You want to apologize. You want to get in front of the camera. You want to tell the world about how you reached out to... You're Will Smith, dog. You Will Smith. You can't get in front of Chris Rock if you really needed to.
Right.
You really can't get to him.
Oh, my bad.
You knew where he was going to be performing. You know what cities he was going to be in. You knew where to find him. You knew when and where. You're as connected as they come in Hollywood. You don't know how to get to Chris Rock face to face. You don't know how to talk to him man to man. You don't know how to look at him and apologize. You don't know how to look at the rest of the world and instead of pointing out how, yo, man, I made a mistake and blah, blah, blah. You don't know how to really dig deep in your soul. And just like you were brave enough to go up there and slap a man on national television, international television, for the world to see, you can't man up and go like this. Damn, I really messed up, man. That's as low as I could possibly go. I'm ashamed of myself. Did we hear that? Did we hear that? And see, so when you say stuff like this...
Look at that head on her, boy.
All that does...
That's not attractive.
...is harken people back to March 2022.
It's not attractive.
When you did what you did, and supposedly she didn't know what you were going to do, and she didn't realize what you had done until you were walking back. But you were still cool. You still sat there. Y'all still partied afterwards without a care in the world. When Chris Rock could have had you arrested because the cops were waiting to put you in cuffs.
Big facts. Multiple people wanted that guy arrested or at least kicked out the venue.
You do know that, Will.
That's crazy.
So all I'm saying is, damn, y'all. And now here we go. Forget Jada for a second. Because Jada, I wish you nothing but happiness. If the book is that important to you, hell, I hope it's a bestseller. I know what it feels like. I'm a New York Times bestseller. Will Smith, if all that matters to you is make her happy, you know what? Find out who else you wouldn't mind you slapping. Slap them too. See where it gets you. If that's how you feel, if that's how you feel today. But here's the real deal. Here's where it gets deep. This is why I'm revisiting this subject. I've had people roll up on me and say to me, yo, Stephen A., you're not feeling her, man. She's doing this for the women. You're the transgender community, step aside. I'm not talking about you. If you are of the gay community, step aside. I'm not talking about you. But to every heterosexual woman out there that wants to keep a man, I would strongly advise you not to follow in her footsteps.
Facts. Good advice.
I'm warning you.
It's a good warning.
From what I'm told, and I haven't double-checked these statistics. So
it's a great warning, actually.
For this. Well, women essentially outnumber men better than 15-1. That doesn't take into account the gay community, transgender community, or the incarcerated community.
Do they count?
You add all of those numbers up, the number is bigger. And with all the options that men have, I think it's safe to say that we'll choose somebody who would prefer not to emasculate their man before we would choose a woman. And emasculation comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. You can be insulting. You can be volatile. You can be argumentative. You can be petty. You can be vicious.
She all of those, right?
In Jada's case, you can be public. That is the issue. You cannot disrespect and emasculate your man and expect things to end well. And by the way, it ain't always by directly insulting him. It can also happen by simply publicizing whatever negative feelings you may have, whatever struggles you may
She got
have.
a lot of makeup on in that picture.
This is not a question or not a discussion about the
Michael Jackson
particulars
skin
of
right
Jada
there.
Pinkett's relationship
Sheesh.
with Will Smith, nor of any woman with any man out there. Only about your desire to publicize
They
it.
both look extra light skinned.
It's none of our business. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I don't want anybody to sit up there and look at me and think I'm judging Jada Pinkett Smith for what she feels, or Will Smith for what he feels, or other women and other men for what's going on in their relationship. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying, what has happened to us? Are we so addicted to attention that we got to sit up there and spread our personal business about an ongoing relationship to the masses? I mean, if you're going to go that far, why don't you make a sex tape? You're sitting there every day, you want to tell us everything and show us everything else. Why don't you just get loose and get it over with?
He said get loose.
I mean, shit. What do you need? You ain't inviting people to your house in Calabasas, are you? Or wherever you live. You know the lines. You know when certain things are supposed to be private. Why are you acting like you don't know? That's all I'm saying. Nothing more. I watched people in their comments this weekend and everybody was going the route of, like, I'm trying to dissect. I'm doing the total opposite. I'm not trying to dissect and get into Jada Pinkett Smith or Will Smith's business. I'm not trying to get into anybody's relationship. I'm saying, why are you allowing us to be there?
Right.
I have people in my life. You barely know who they are. People who work for me, people who are family members, etc. I have a woman. She knows. Anybody who's ever dated me knows. Anybody who's ever been in my life knows. You utter a syllable about my ass in public without my permission, your ass is gone.
Get him! Stephen A. Boy. Listen, I ain't never heard Stephen A. talk like this. I ain't gonna hold it, bro. Stephen A. giving it up. He giving it up, boy. He said you utter a syllable. Your ass is grass. What? All right, Stephen A.
Shit, who you are? My life.
Did he say I don't give a shit who you are?
For me, people who are family members, etc. I have a woman. She knows. Anybody who's ever dated me knows. Anybody who's ever been in my life knows. You utter a syllable about my ass in public without my permission, your ass is gone. I don't give a shit who you are. My life is my business. I'm that way with my family, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews, everybody. Don't get me started with people who work for me. Try me. Everything is not our business. Privacy matters. That's all I was trying to say, Jada. That's all I'm trying to say, Will. To all of y'all out there, I'm trying to say it to y'all because you see, at the end of the day, Will Smith got a few $100 million. He's a superstar in Hollywood, and she is his wife. And from what I read, there's no prenup. And by the way, we in LA, California, that is, there's community property up out here too. So guess what? She good. Most of you women out there don't have it like that. Don't go out there thinking that you can emasculate your man publicly and it's going to work to your benefit. I can assure you, you are wrong. For the vast majority of you, it won't work out for you at all. It will not end well. I can promise you that. Especially if you run into somebody like me.
Whoa! I feel like we done had enough from Stephen A. That boy giving it up. He lightweight giving me some Kevin Samuels energy as well with the message, with the straight talk message. I appreciate that. And honestly, if Stephen A wanted to if he wanted to venture down that avenue and that road, I feel like he would have a very, very big audience who will be interested to hear what he has to say about relationships. Because the man, I mean, he give it up, man. And I might have to check out this show a little bit more. I'm rocking with it. Anyway, man, it's the JMATT Show. I'll be back for another one.
Straight over. Smokehouse beats.